Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're planning a trip to South Africa, you've come to the right place. I'm about to give y'all 10 essential tips and things you need to know in preparation for your trip. So first thing to know, in South Africa, they use the South African rands, okay? So the currency is very different. What y'all are gonna do, y'all gonna download this conversion app. I use this app everywhere I go. You do not need any internet connection or Wi-Fi. Once you download it, it kind of just like has it all on your phone, but you're able to convert any currency for any country. So I use this everywhere I go. So for example, if I was to put in 100 US dollars, it'll tell me that it's equivalent to about 1900 South African rands. And that helps you if you wanna like go to a market and they're telling you, oh, it's 50 rands, you'll know how much that is in dollars. It'll just help you pinpoint your prices, but definitely recommend this app. Next important thing that I did not know, so when you are paying with your card, you're gonna get two options. It's gonna be straight, and then you have budget. And we didn't know what that meant. Like, so literally whenever you like tap your card on the machine, it'll say straight or budget, and you'll select which one. So straight means they're gonna take it out immediately, and budget is basically financing it. So don't click budget. I do want to mention a lot of places do take card, but it's always good to have cash. Make sure you have some handy for remote locations or just small mom and pop shops that may not have credit card machines. All right, let's talk about transportation. If you are American, I am not gonna tell you to go rent a car because they drive on the opposite side of the road. Don't even set yourself up for failure. Ubers are very popular there. If you're gonna be doing Ubers, especially at night, Uber XLs are always gonna be just a little safer and they're usually the nicer vehicles. So I would definitely recommend taking an Uber XL if you're going somewhere very far, or if you're by yourself traveling, just to feel a little safer. They also have local taxis that are run by the Zulu, which are one of the tribes in South Africa. To us, it's not really a taxi, it's more like a van and people just hop on and off, but that's their equivalent of a taxi. Those are gonna be really cheap, but it's just gonna be very tight, no air, and there's gonna be lots of stops in between. So it's like a little small mini bus and you're just stopping in different places. I would recommend take Ubers. Ubers you can get from point A to point B. All right, number 3, if you're staying in an Airbnb, I want y'all to be aware that there are so many safety protocols that you have to have a code every time you go in and out of the Airbnb. And it may not be the best if you have a big group of people because every person has to get a code and it's only valid for one use. So once you leave, you have to get another code. And it's just a hassle. My family and I did this when we went to South Africa in December, and it was just 3 of us, but it was a lot because the codes coming in and out. If you want to leave more than once, you need another code. You have to keep asking the Airbnb host for these different codes that are generated every day. So I would just say if you are in a big group, definitely look at staying into a hotel because an Airbnb is just gonna be a lot of extra work. Let's talk about load shedding because this is a very, very big topic in South Africa. If you don't know what load shedding is, they are limited to their power and energy. It cuts out in different places at different time and they call it load shedding. So there is an instance where the electricity may cut off. It could be hours, honestly, but 10 to 20 minutes and then it'll come back on and regenerate. There's actually a website and an app that tells you the schedule of when the load shedding should be happening. Make sure you look at that and you can look at your area or your region and kind of see like how often does it load shed. I would just recommend staying somewhere with like a backup generator because the Airbnb that we stayed at, we did not thankfully experience any load shedding. It's so shocking. We didn't experience any load shedding in our 2 weeks that we were there, but we also made sure to stay somewhere that has that backup generator so that if the power does come out, like it'll come back on shortly. Oh my gosh. Number 4, travel adapters. And this is where we went wrong. We went to South Africa with our like international portable charger that we thought went to every country and you know, we could switch it out. There was no plug for South Africa. And so the South African plug actually has the European plug and the European plug goes into their plug. So you need 2, okay? So I'm gonna put the link in the description box of where you can order this on Amazon because y'all don't get down there and not have a charger. Like we struggled with this the first day we got there. All of our devices were literally dead because we could not plug anything in. And we had to wait till the second day to try to find something in the mall. The outlets are different and they're not gonna be on most of the universal travel adapters. So just make sure that you order it before you go. But South Africa is very diverse. It's actually known as the Rainbow Nation. So there's a bunch of different cultures, different ethnicities. I say that to say there are 12 official tribes The most common one is Zulu, which pretty much if you ask a local, they tend to like run the city. They are the ones that are like running these taxis. Be prepared to see so many different people, so many different cultures, lots of languages. The most common language will be obviously English and Zulu. So if you can speak English, you should pretty much be able to get around. I've picked up a few Zulu words, and I'm actually like, why do I want to learn Zulu? Like, I want to be able to be fluent in Zulu. It just sounds so cool. So they say yebo and sawubonga. Sawubona means hello. Next thing, make sure you look at the weather because everywhere in South Africa has a different vibe. We were in Joburg, it was very hot, humid. You definitely need sunscreen, y'all. Like, I got sunburned from just going outside for like an hour without protecting my face. But if you go to Cape Town, it's completely different. It's very chilly, very windy. You'll need a coat. So just make sure you do some research on what area you're gonna be staying in. If you're visiting both Joburg and Cape Town, I would recommend bringing both summer clothes and then fall clothes. I would say like a flannel, a sweater, something, because it really does get chilly, especially when you're near the water in Cape Town. Drinking is very common in South Africa. And by drinking, I mean like being drunk is normal there. Like, being drunk is normal on a Tuesday night. So I say that to say they have these random stops and searches on the road where the police will just randomly search you, and it's for drunk driving. This happened to us several times, and our driver would be like, oh, they're just doing it to make sure, you know, there's no drunk drivers. And especially at night. So if you are going out, or if you're like, you know, driving somewhere late at night. I got a little nervous just because this happened to me in Ghana before and it was a whole setup. But in Joburg, they are actually doing searches to make sure they're not drunk drivers on the road. So number 10, last thing I really want to talk about is the partying and clubbing scene. Like I said before, South Africa, they love to party, okay? They love to drink. So expect to be out all night. Like, they don't party and go home at 1 a.m. They are out till 4, 5, 6, 7 a.m. There was one night my sister and I literally stayed out until the place closed at 6 a.m. and the sun was up. And we were like, what is this? So just be prepared to be outside, be prepared to party. It's gonna be a good time. They dance. They like to have fun. I don't know, I like it better than American clubs because I feel like in America, people just go to the club and they sit down and they just look cute and they're on their phone. Versus like my experience in Joburg, they're dancing, they're vibing, the music is good. You know, we love some amapiano over here. So it's just a really good time. Those are the 10 things that you should know before going to South Africa. If this video helped you, feel free to like, leave a little comment. Let me know if you have any other questions. I also did a week in Cape Town. So check out some of my recent vlogs and see how my trip went. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.